What's up, everybody? It is Friday, November 20th. Yeah, TGIF. All right. Hey, next week is Thanksgiving. Yeah. But it doesn't feel like it, right? With all this COVID bullshit going on. I mean, the holidays are just not going to be the same. And today I got news that my gym here in my building where I live, they're curtailing the hours. I'm so mad. You know, I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I work out. The gym now is going to be closed from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. So I'm either going to have to go a little bit later, which I don't like to do, or I don't know, find another alternative, maybe work out outside or something. Everything's just frustrating. All right, let's talk about the markets. Well, I don't know how much more precise I can be. I said yesterday we're going to have some more consolidation. That's what we're seeing now in the market. The bull rally is not over. This is a pause. What I am noticing, first of all, the fiscal flows are extremely strong. We're up 198 billion over last year. You know, pretty much I tell you that every single day. Powerful flows. If you look at the tax flows to get an idea or sort of a barometer on economic activity, corporation income tax flows, and I talked about this yesterday and a couple of days ago, they have come down. The year-over-year differential is narrowing. So even though it's still up, relative to last year, that differential has narrowed. That's a sign that the economy is slowing down. But the good news is it looks like it's just stabilizing at a little lower level. So it's not, it's not critical. It's a little bit of a slowdown that is showing up in these corporation income tax flows. Individual income tax flows, they're holding up pretty strong. They have a very positive year-over-year differential. So far it looks like it hasn't hit incomes. Now again, this is a broad measure. I know there's a lot of people that lost their jobs and a lot of people that got hit income-wise, but I'm looking at the economy in the aggregate. So as long as these tax flows stay positive year over year, I'm not too concerned. I mean, the market's going to have a little pullback here. It'll level off and then it'll start to head back up again. I think we need to see, like I said yesterday, we need to see some more negative sentiment build up. And I think we're going to see this in the COVID cases spiking, the news, maybe election related news or whatever. And it looks like Trump, after that crazy news conference yesterday with Giuliani and Sidney Powell, the president's attorneys, it looks like he's shifting his tactics a little bit because all the fraud cases are going nowhere in the courts. So now it looks like he's talking to individual state legislatures. I know he had legislators from the state of Michigan at the White House. I think he's trying to talk these people into getting the state's electors. Remember, we vote, but at the end of the day, it's the electors who end up casting the deciding vote. Now, normally they go with the popular vote, but they don't have to. And I think he's trying to play this angle. I don't know. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. We're going to see on December 15th when the electors of every state have to cast their votes. And like I said, historically they go with the popular vote, but they're not held to that. All right? There are other scenarios too where neither guy gets enough electoral votes and it goes to the House of Representatives where Trump has an even greater chance at that point because each state has only one vote, and there's more red states than blue states. It gets a little complicated. It could be crazy. Look, I said this leading up to the election. I said we're going to have the election and it's going to get crazy. But remember, we got to stay focused. We got to stay focused on the fiscal flows. And what I'm telling you right now is that You know, the bull market is intact. We're having a consolidation here. We had a strong rise after the election. There has been, or I see a little bit of slowing in the economy based on the tax flows. It's not a precipitous decline. It's leveling off at a little bit of a lower level. So we'll adjust. And then we'll start to head back up again. Oh yeah, the other thing I want to talk about, there was this whole big thing going on about, you know, the Treasury, Mnuchin saying they were going to stop these special lending programs that the Treasury, remember the Treasury, I talked about this, I did a number of videos on this actually, way back in March, April, about how as part of the fiscal stimulus, Treasury gave the Fed, and this is ridiculous, gave the Fed $450 billion as a capital infusion, which Mnuchin and Larry Kudlow said they were going to leverage up to $4 trillion. Well, they never even got close to $4 trillion. Total loans outstanding at the peak went to $129 billion, and now they're only down at $65 billion. So these loans have gone begging, really. But the point I made back then was that it was totally unnecessary for the Treasury to backstop the Fed. There is nothing that precludes the Fed from lending to whomever it wants. It doesn't need a capital infusion. So the fact that Treasury is now asking for these funds back does not necessarily keep the Fed from continuing these lending programs. Now again, these lending programs don't even amount to very much. And you have some special purpose lending programs like municipal lending program, Main Street, you have the corporate bond buying, the corporate liquidity program. Very small. I mean, we're not talking about huge numbers. So the Fed can, if it wants to, continue. It doesn't need the Treasury backstop. Anyway, I spent a lot of time on this back when it happened. You might want to go back in that late March, early April and look for my videos or listen to my videos at the time. But idiots with their backstopping of the Fed. I mean, just read the Federal Reserve Act. There's nothing in there that says the Fed needs capital infusions to lend. It's a bank basically with unlimited lending capacity. Even if it doesn't have enough capital, or capital for that matter, to do it, it still has the ability to credit somebody's bank account in dollars to whatever degree it wants. And it just, you know, it takes collateral as, that's the thing. You got to post collateral, you get a loan. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday. Bye-bye.